to the end of our amazing film lineup. Shelley, are you still there?
Yes.
Join me in clapping for all of our filmmakers this evening. That's the experience that I miss, is that grand applause at the end in the theater, right? So at this time, I'm just going to ask folks to, filmmakers to reveal themselves by raising a hand so we can activate your video for our question and answer period. Okay, I see a few. Okay. A few of them coming. Let me just check real quick. Okay, so as folks are enabling their videos and mute, I just wanted to let our audience know that unfortunately on live Facebook, there isn't a poll option through there. It's just basically viewing everything that's happening here. So only folks that are actually on the Zoom are able to vote for their favorite. So just wanted to let folks know that in case I say, now it's time to vote and you're looking for the poll. Let's see. Did I hear some folks? Is that Kareem? Hi.
Hey, how are you?
I'm wonderful, thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you as well. Thank you.
And I think we have two more that I saw move over. Let me see if I. Oh, there's Stacy. Hi, Stacy. Okay, and I think we have one last one. Oh, Mr. Israel. Unmute. Okay, all right, folks. Hey, we have one more filmmaker that I'm going to try and invite in. So I'd like to also let folks know you have a Q&A button at the bottom of your screen. So if you want to ask filmmakers any questions, just type them in there and I will read it aloud. So my first question is, can you please let us know which film you're attached to and let us know the passion behind these beautiful films? Anyone can start.
No, they've not done it yet.
Pardon?
Hi.
Hi. Is that you, Israel?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna launch the poll while you guys are answering that question for me, okay, and for folks.
So I can start.
Ahead,
so the film I created was 20 Nahuales, the short 1-minute film. And it's my first filmmaking experience. So I learned a lot through that process. And I really enjoyed doing this film with the support of AFCOOP, which is a very supportive community of filmmakers here based in Halifax. So yeah, I just am interested in exploring these themes around cultural identity, around migration, and so on. So this was an opportunity, a really great opportunity to do that.
Yes, AFCOOP is extremely, extremely supportive. Thank you, Stacy. Anyone else want to go next?
Sure, I'll jump in. I'll go next. I'm Kareem McMichael. I'm the director of the film MLK Jr. Boulevard. Was not my first filmmaking rodeo, but I'm the only, I guess, real passion. I have passion about all my projects, but this one in particular is just because, ironically, what's going on in the world right now, the film that we did a few years ago, though at the time this was after like Mike Brown and Trayvon Martin, dealt with some of the same themes of systematic racism and policing and different things. And so we had some people who really tried to kind of dispute us making this film even at the time, just because they didn't like the subject matter. But I'm glad like the writer and I, we stood by what was like our truth and we got it done. So.
Right. Wow. Yeah. Sticking to the guns is what you need to do. And Israel, let you step in. Go ahead and just let us know what your film was.
Yeah. And I'm Israel and I made Trinity. And Yeah, like actually, I mean, as you can see at the ending of that film, I had CFAT and AFCUP to thank for it because they really support me with making that film. And it was made actually one of the actors, the guy, is now in Russia, and he was just telling me he checked it out. So
Oh,
we have someone
wow.
from Russia in the stream.
Okay, that's amazing. He's from Russia, or he was just visiting?
No, 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 no. He's Canadian. He lives there now.
Oh, okay. Wow. Wow, you're losing your
Yeah.
actors to abroad. That's one thing that I like about your work, Israel, is that you tend to have like an A team. You know, every time I see a new work from you, I see a lot of the same recurring actors. That's really special because that means that there's a trust building there. So how about Kareem and Stacy? Like, have you found that like any of your works, have you tend to lean on like kind of an A team, rather that be actors or crew or?
I would say for me, yes, mostly depending on the project. This particular film, except for one person, everybody was new that I worked with on
Ah,
this film. Just because I guess the nature of it at the time being a project for a university here. But other than that, typically most of my projects I do work with the same like unit and team of people, and I have been, what is this, 2020? So probably for like the past 3 years, kind of the same. Like you said, a team
yeah,
of, I know I can go to this writer, I can go to this DP, I can
yeah,
go to this AD, I can go to this, and they'll come together and we'll get it done.
get it done. And correct me if I'm not wrong, but were you in the film?
Yeah.
Was
Me,
that you
I
in the
was.
film?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, I was just like, oh, okay, guy, pay attention because I like to insert
That was
myself
me.
in my work too.
I'm stressed a little bit. That was me though.
Oh my goodness. So I basically want to know as well about challenges. You know, what are some challenges that y'all faced with making these films and just the content alone?
Okay, I'll jump in there. What I remember very well was, so as you can see, so we had two locations: the house with the guy in the house and the lady at the beach, right? So when we wrote it, the plan was to shoot everything we needed at the beach because we wanted to go to the beach early before people were there. The idea was it's an empty beach. And then on the morning of the shoot, it started raining,
Oh,
so we had to scrap that and then shoot everything in the house, and try to get as much as we could in the house. And then once it seemed like it wasn't so heavy, we decided to go. And then we had clear skies until the very last shot. It started raining again. So I'm super grateful for my DP because every shot that happened at the beach, I didn't direct it. I'll be honest. It was all my DP. I didn't want to go to the beach. It was too cold. But we had a discussion before he went to my actor, and I explained what we needed there. And like you said, we've worked together, so we kind of have this trust, and that was really, really helpful. The other thing was it was a really heavy subject, and because I don't like, you know, talking about light stuff. So we had to spend time with my actors to kind of get them into that state of mind,
mm,
to portray what was happening. And in fact, months later, I found out that one of the people I work with was actually dealing with something similar, and we didn't know about it while we're shooting. So, the person was just off on the day, and we couldn't really understand why until they decided to open up. So it was great making the film, and I think I'm just making it for someone like this person, friend of mine that dealt with something like that, seeing that it's okay to go out there and talk about whatever it is you're dealing with.
wow, wow, that's pretty special. I mean, it sounds like you guys actually had like a almost like a retreat during shooting just to like you said, put them in the mind frame, because it is heavy. It really is heavy. And even just the way that you did it, Israel, you know, with the call. So it almost portrayed like that voice in your head, or that left and right shoulder kind of thing. So good job with that. It's hard to pass that off.
Thank you.
Yes. And Stacy, I do have a question for you, my dear. 20 Nawalas, does that mean alphabet? Or what exactly?
Nawales are energies in the
Oh,
calendar, and each day has a different energy. There are 20 of them, and each person has multiple ones based on, for instance, when they were born. And so, yes, that's one part of the Mayan calendar.
okay, beautiful. So is it something that it carries through? So the energies you would have had coming into the world, you carry a little bit as you grow older, and then you gain new ones based on who you meet and experiences, or can you explain that a little more?
Yeah, there are different ones for different points in your life. And so, yes, there's a recognition that we are changing human beings. And also each one has some attributes that are strengths that you have. So in my case, my Nawal is E, and that means that I learn through travel. And so that's one component. There's some positive things to it and some things that are maybe more challenges, but kind of as something to strive for is towards equilibrium.
Wow. So how do we know what our Nawalis is? How do we discover that?
Based on what your birthday is, it's written out. You can look it up.
Okay. Send us some links we can put on the website.
Yes,
I was
good.
quite interested. I was like, oh, okay, like Nawalis. Okay. That's why I know the jury fell in love with it for those reasons, just the sheer discovery of what the energies could be and could mean. Thank you.
Thanks.
And Kareem, did you want to add in some challenges, or Stacy, what challenges?
My biggest challenges with this particular project, there was a few. I'm gonna try to make a very long story condensed and short. Originally, the original producer of the film, like I think I said earlier, wanted to change just the narrative of the film. So really finding people to produce the film as is was a problem in the beginning. And actually, the day we were supposed to start filming in November of 2017, like everything just went completely wrong. Like there were no lights on set. It started raining. Other equipment was missing. Some people didn't. It was terrible. So we dismantled that entire crew. Started over from scratch in 2018. But even then, I had like some different challenges then, as far as like just getting locations. Art was a huge intricate part of this film because DeAndre was an artist. So we got lucky though that the director of photography for the film just so happened, and the producer, to paint. So they came in and did all the artwork for the film.
Use the crew, boy.
Right, exactly. We were like, we can't have the guy as an artist and he don't have any artwork. So like the scene in the shed, literally most of that was either the producer, her work, and the director of photography and like one other crew member. So that and just kind of managing some people's egos, because like I said, this was my first time working with this group. But I overall still had a really great time. I think we did a really great job, but it was just so many moving pieces working together, and but it worked out. It worked out.
Wait now, egos in the film industry? What?
Yeah, and I'm not going to say everyone. It was just one particular person.
Okay, yeah, always add one to stick. So it's all good. It's all good. Report them to SAG. Oh, how about you, Stacy? Any challenges or?
Yeah, I would just say because so this was part of a program called New 8. So we use Super 8 to make 1-minute films, and yeah, getting all of the content that we wanted into 1 minute was very challenging. And yeah, especially with something like what I had envisioned of having 20 different scenes. That was a bit
Yeah.
challenging, a little bit. And I'm also interested in documentary filmmaking. So just thinking about future projects, I think is just how do I make doable the vision that I have for what I want to do. So still working on that.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Oh my goodness gracious. Yeah. The works, the crew, the actors, the films. Yeah, yeah. There's a lot of challenges that can be there. What about what's on the horizons for all of y'all? What's on the horizons? Any new works in the works?
Yeah. Well, I have a couple. I have a short film that's in post-production right now. And of course, it is Pride Month, so this particular film does deal with LGBTQ community. So I'm very excited about that project. It's called Exposure, and I think it's a very intimate
Ooh.
piece. Um, that's hopefully will be out some later on this year. We'll put it out in different festivals and different things. Pretty similar to Steak. I love doing documentaries, so I do have one or two. Hopefully, in the latter part of the year, I'll be working on about like some historical things that are going on here. Well, I live in the state of Georgia, like in the United States, and a lot of people know what's going on even with Ahmaud Arbery down here and certain things. So I really have like some things I want to document with that, and as someone who was born and raised in Georgia, and other than that, hopefully at some point vacation and relax. But no, but yeah, those are kind of like because it's been like boom, boom, boom. But those are kind of like what I have at least coming up right now. And another short film too, called Intervention, which kind of deal with these different friends who are is trying to help another friend with psychological issues and things when they all have their own issues going on that they need to handle first. So it's kind of like everybody has an intervention for each other.
Wow, wow, it's a lot. I would want a break too. Israel?
Yeah, on my end, I did talk about my film Kill Your Masters. Just finished writing that, and I'm in the casting process, but it's gonna be shot way later in the year when we kind of know, come up with guidelines for shooting that. But I'm also kind of working on a feature, but that's like way down the line, and it's called Afraid of the Dark. It's
Oh,
based on a book written by Guy Lee Johnson.
wow.
Um, so those are the two things that are kind of on the horizon for me now.
Oh, wow. I can't wait for that one. I know the artist, Skyly Johnson. I think we've actually had them perform for us one Immersion Lens in the
Yeah,
past. Yeah, I can't
yeah,
wait
her
for,
poems are very
yeah,
powerful.
yeah. Wow, wow. And you guys are up to a lot of things. Woo, beautiful. So we get to screen them, eh?
Yeah, yeah, once they're ready,
Sure hope
definitely.
so. The jury loves you guys. And Stacy's still there? Any new works?
Well, I haven't been focused too much on filmmaking recently, but AFCOOP has this idea of a collective project to document our lives during COVID-19. And so I'm
Yeah.
hoping to contribute something to that. And the focus is on resilience. But yeah, I think resilience and many other things. I think there's a lot of collective grief happening right now and a lot of other things. So I'm hoping to
Wow,
contribute to that.
that's amazing. Wow. So are there any other words that you guys want to offer? Any other anything? Words of wisdom.
Well, I'm going to say what I've been saying to a lot of other people, at least I feel like in this time, and even with the type of projects and films and stuff that we did, be fearless in your art, be fearless in your work, be passionate about the stories that you want to tell and be fearless in doing so. Don't let, other forces and people stop you from telling like your truth and those different things. So I just want that's for me, just continue to be fearless and push those boundaries and tell those stories that people, might be uncomfortable to tell, but it needs to be told, it needs to be talked about.
Right. Amen. Love that. Anybody else? Words of wisdom.
For me, I guess Black Lives Matter. It's important to get your voice out, and it's also important to listen. And you know what? Let's just keep telling cool stories, really.
Yeah, let's. So we can have a festival to keep putting on. Need cool stories. And Stacy, how about yourself, my dear? Words of wisdom.
I feel like I'm still learning a lot, but I think the first steps I think are knowing that each person has a unique voice and stories to share. And so, yeah, I think it's been really an empowering experience, just getting into filmmaking as someone who's new to it.
Wow, beautiful. With all the Nawalis around you, please continue.
Thank you.
Very interested in learning about that. Well, I'm just going to end the poll here and see our results. And I think we're going to finish up a little early. Okay. All right. Oh, wow. Trinity, Israel, congratulations. Audience Choice Award. There we go.
Oh, wow, that's awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Congratulations, my dear. And there's still yet to come. The jury has to still give us at the end of the week the best in, short film, those kinds of things. So filmmakers, watch for our website for those listings. Thank you, everybody. Blessings, blessings, blessings going forward and with your new works.
Thank you. And thank you all as well for doing this. Like, you all have like an amazing job. I know the pandemic has stopped so many, like this is wonderful. So
yes,
applaud to you all as well. Like,
oh, thank you, Kareem. And thank you for doing our little promo. I mean, you had that down.
oh,
we'll have to fly you up here to act.
Oh, cool. I would love to. I would love to. I was like, I hope I didn't do too much, but
oh no. What? Well, I mean, it was so funny because we had a few send some things and we're like, gee, I just want Kareem to do the whole thing because it was done so well. But you gotta be fair.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you. Take care. Blessings, everybody. Mwah.
Thank you. Take care.
Have a good night.
Good night.
Thank you, everybody, for attending. We love you all.